Hello there and welcome to Make It with Miss Mandee. Today I'm excited to show you how to assemble my 3D Christmas Village post office. And this project is complete with a little rotating display of letters in the window. So like I said, this is my Christmas Village post office and it's part of my larger Christmas Village set. So if you enjoy 3D paper crafts like this and are looking for something fun to make around the holidays, then definitely go check that out. But for now, gather up your supplies for this project, head on over to designsbymissmandee.com to download your free template, and let's get started. The supplies you'll need for this project are cardstock, roughly 14 sheets in various colors, vellum, Duralar film, hot glue, precision craft glue or a glue stick, a lollipop stick, a cutting machine or X-Acto knife, and my Christmas Village post office template, which can be found at designsbymissmandee.com. Other optional but helpful supplies include a large bead and a bone folder. If you're using a cutting machine, a scoring attachment is also extremely helpful for this project. If you're using a machine that doesn't support score lines though, I have included an alternative version of the file within the download. Once you have all of your pieces cut out, you're ready to start turning this mess of paper into something really cool. We're going to start by sorting out our window pieces and other decorative parts of the building and setting everything else aside. Layer the decorative pieces of the building together. Glue the vellum window pieces to the inside and the rest of the decorative pieces to the outside. There are also two places where Duralar film is used. On the smaller wall, the one with just one window, you may glue the clear Duralar film piece to the inside at this time, but don't glue the larger clear film piece to the front wall just yet. That wall will end up curving slightly later on and we don't want the window to pucker. Next, we're going to work on assembling these two main wall structures. Start by taking the left section of the building and folding along the score lines. Then take one of the two gray pieces that has a hole in it and attach it to the top. Be sure to align the curved edge to the front and attach the small tabs to the inside. It's at this point that I realized that in an effort to fix something in the original design, I had actually overcorrected and added too many tabs to this section, so I just trimmed off the extra and we were on our way. P.S. I went back and fixed the design again, so your version should have the correct amount of tabs. Fingers crossed. Once that's in place, you can glue your larger Duralar film piece to the inside of the curved wall and attach the little decorative window borders to the outside. Using the long tabs, we're going to attach the left building section to the left wall of the larger building section. With the structure of the building starting to come together, it's time to turn our attention to the thing I've decided to call the letter spiral, aka the spinny thing in the window that has all the colorful mail on display. Start by taking the rings of your letter spiral. Take the straight edge of one of your spirals and glue it on top of the triangular tab on one of your other spirals. The pieces should overlap and line up perfectly. Once your spirals are all connected and the glue is dry, you should be able to stretch them out a little bit and it will look like one of those spiral fries on a stick that you get at the county fair, or an apple that you've cut with one of those cool spiralizers. My grandma had one of those and I always loved the way it made beautiful swirly apple rings. But I digress. Once you've got your county fair fries or spiralized apple section complete, whichever description suits your fancy, fold the tiny tabs on the inside downward. Next, take your little rectangular walls and carefully slide the bottom and top tabs of each one into the slits along the spiral. You'll need to slide 2 tabs into most of the slits, so don't glue anything down until they're all in place. Take your long rectangular piece and roll it tightly lengthwise, but don't glue it just yet. With that rolled up tight, add some glue to the tiny tabs in the center of the spiral and slip the rolled up paper inside. Once it's all the way through, release the tension and let the tube fill up the space. Fold down the little tabs at the ends and attach the 2 little circles to each end. With the spiral piece assembled, it's time to decorate your letters and add them to the shelf. Since this is my second time making this project, I'm just going to focus on the assembly process and forego most of the hand-drawn elements that I did the first time around for the sake of time. Hot glue is really useful in this step, and if you're patient, it'll allow you to stand the letters upright along the shelves. Now it's time to work on the roof. There are 2 roof sections, one for each part of the building. Start by layering on the decorative pieces for both roof sections. For the larger roof, we're going to start by folding along the score lines. Attach the unadorned brown rectangle to one of the longer sides using the tab provided. Then attach each of the sides together, gluing the tabs to the inside. For the smaller roof, start by assembling the small brown box piece. Next, slip the little tabs on the bottom of the little box into the slits in the center of the roof and glue them to the inside. Similar to the larger roof, attach each of the sides together, gluing the tabs to the inside. Fold the bottom portion in and attach it so that the whole thing forms a solid box. It's time to test our alignment skills and put the letter spiral in place. One quick tip, in order to make my lollipop stick push through the holes more easily, I trimmed both ends so that they tapered to a point. I also used a tapered wooden stick, which I believe is intended to be used for caramel apples, to widen the holes in the design ever so slightly. Take your lollipop stick and push it through each of the holes in the smaller roof. This may take some maneuvering. Next, glue the roof to the top of the smaller section of the building and slip the lollipop stick through that hole as well. Take the completed letter spiral and continue to push the lollipop stick through the holes at both ends. Before you go any further, make sure that your lollipop stick is pushed through far enough to reach the base, and add a generous amount of hot glue around the stick at the bottom portion of the letter spiral. Be sure to let it dry completely and test it out to ensure that the whole thing spins when you turn the stick at the top. Now you can add a second gray piece that has a hole in it to the interior of your room, slipping the lollipop stick through the hole and making sure that the bottom of the letter spiral has some clearance. Add the larger white circle piece to the underside and add some more hot glue around the lollipop stick in order to keep everything where you want it. Once again, be sure that the glue dries completely before you flip your project over. I also added a large bead at the top of the lollipop stick for decoration and to make the turning mechanism blend in a little bit more. Once your letter spiral is locked in place, it's time to attach the back wall. And it's at this time that my 4-year-old daughter decided that she wanted to get in on some of this crafting action. So you may notice her little helping hands in the frame from time to time as she sat on my lap and provided me with helpful instructions. Before fixing the back wall, I'm just going to add my little wallpaper rectangle to the interior of the left side. Because of how much space the letter spiral takes up, the wallpaper will hardly show through, but I included it in the design, so I might as well make use of it. Once the back wall is in place, you can glue the larger roof piece to the top of your building. Next, assemble the base by folding the sides inward and attaching the tabs. Carefully slip the bottom tabs of the building into place in the base and attach them with hot glue. Now it's time to make the staircase. There are 2 pieces that make up the stairs. Start by taking your long rectangular piece and folding it along the score lines accordion style, with the left and right sides both descending from the center. Next, glue your side stair piece to the tabs on one side of the stairs. Slip the middle 2 tabs of the stair side piece into the base. The outer 2 tabs are just meant to slip underneath the bottom steps and hold the staircase together a little better. Glue the middle 2 tabs to the underside of the base and attach the tabs on the opposite side of the staircase to the front of the building. Assemble the little post box by first folding along the score lines. Fold the little mail slot section inward and then upward. Attach one of the little tabs to the inside. Then wrap the other side around and glue the tabs to the opposite side and around the curved top. Finish by attaching the bottom. With the structure of your post office complete, the final decorative element that I'll show you how to assemble is the little brown and white sign. Glue the 2 sign pieces together back to back. Slip the little end tabs on the sign pole into the slit in the brown circle piece. Glue the tabs down. Arrange your decorative snow pieces, evergreen trees, and other foliage all around your building, and your festive post office is complete! Congratulations on completing another Christmas village building for your growing holiday town! Or if this was your first papercraft village project, kudos to you for taking on one of the more difficult designs in this set. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this video and for crafting along with me. I hope you had a fun time making this project. Don't forget, I always love to see your finished results, so be sure to share them with me in my new Facebook group or on Instagram by tagging @DesignsByMissM. And special thanks to my wonderful supporters on Patreon. I couldn't do what I do without you. If you enjoyed this papercraft, please consider becoming a supporter. Not only will you help keep the designs coming, but you can also have a chance to help pick new designs in the future. As a patron, you can even get awesome exclusive content like postcards and enamel pins in the mail. Thanks again for watching, happy holidays, and happy crafting!